addressing this shit as if I would address anybody else. I'm keeping the same energy. My cameraman, Chris, apparently, nigga, it's not even apparent, nigga, it's here clear as fucking day. Just got caught talking to a minor who was 17 years old.
There's no way she had to be bad enough for you to sit there and say, you know what, baby? You really 17. I appreciate your honesty. You ain't even had to do all that. You could have let me be naive and just called me on the back end. I appreciate you, though. You know what? Let me reward you with some meat. Why? Why was it necessary? So, for those that have been living under a rock or those that just quite simply do not know, the one and only Chris V, not New York Chris, as they call him in AMP, not Chris next door, because a lot of headlines people were getting confused a little bit because people weren't being transparent about stuff. But what happened was, allegedly, of course, Chris, a couple years back, I think the date was like 2021, apparently he was messing with he was texting a 17-year-old who at first lied and said she was 19, and then she backtracked later on and said, you got me dead, and went back after the fact. Ooh, let me put that back. Why is it doing this to me? There we are. It was good, brother. But nah. So overall, the simple fact of the matter, the premise is, allegedly he talked to a 17-year-old. I don't know if they linked. The understanding that I have of it is that they did not. However, there's been a lot of talks about just him, chatting her up and saying some crazy things in the DMs, which led into text messages that were actually even more crazy, which was kind of hard to do, kind of very confusing, but, it happened. And that's what leads us to where we are today, right now, in this moment. But I just wanted, since a couple of plug channels, Kai streamed a little bit earlier in the day, gave his little reaction. I heard that he was real deal, shedding tears, he was real deal distraught, which is gonna be refreshing, I guess, because it's been a while since I've seen Kai care about something. Yeah, he had the whole his setup got moved around with Ray and everything, but let's face it, this kind of feels like a skit. It feels like a setup kind of thing. It's just on to the next thing. Which is fine, right? Because it works. Whatever leads to more bread, whatever keeps the views rolling in and all that sort of thing. So it's ideal that way. The thing that's rough is obviously it's bad for the brand, right? So you just had Chris from Mr. Beast channels doing his whole thing, and then people trying to backtrack and defend him, which is crazy to me, beyond anything, beyond any imagination, and then fault Mr. Beast for it. Everybody's saying, oh, let's bring down Mr. Beast, bringing up old game clips from back in the Call of Duty, back in those days. Man, them Call of Duty lobbies were nothing to play with. So him making little racist jokes here and there, him there making little sexist jokes here and there, that's what comedy was then. And if you're not a dark comedy person, cool, understandable, but that's what it was, right? Nowadays, you lean more towards AMP, where it's a little bit more free-flowing, just funny personalities, being silly, goofy, mooded people, which is why Kai's just so resonated, because he's such a high-energy kind of guy. And when you think AMP, for a lot of people that aren't familiar with them, if they weren't brought in and appealed to by one of the other members, they focus on Kai because Kai is the most propped up individual out of everybody. He's the one going to all these different award shows, doing all these different things, charity showcases, all that sort of stuff. So and he's also just the one that he's the Energizer Bunny, so he's all over the place, right? So aside from that, he's the person that takes the biggest hit also because he was the one that was closest to Chris, like, or as far as the main A&P members, because that was his cameraman. Chris's Kai's cameraman. So it was really messed up because like you supposed to be my dog, you supposed to be like these, and you mean to tell me 2 years back you was sitting here doing something like this and you ain't put me on, you didn't even put me on the same page as you, and that's like that's a concern for real. That's a concern to me personally. I don't know about y'all, me personally, but let's let it roll.
Chat, I'm not gonna lie. First of all, nigga, I had a whole different schedule on what I was gonna do today. I had a whole different schedule. I had a whole 8-hour to 10-hour stream I had planned. I don't know how much more I can take, bro.
And like another thing is, stuff like this really wears on you. Like, yeah, content creation is an interesting thing. It can be fun. It can be boring. Some people, if you have to do a one-man band kind of thing and you have to edit your videos, you have to add the visuals, you have to change the sound, you have to, all that stuff, that just mad tiring. When you get as big as Kai in them, like you have the opportunity to just chat with different people. Different people can provide different services. Somebody likes editing. They're a better editor than you. Boom. Hand off that task. Somebody's a really good scheduler. They're a really great assistant. Boom. I'm adding you onto the team. So he has like a collective of people, and it's supposed to be like a really strong net to the point where it doesn't just fall apart out of nowhere. And it's falling apart, which isn't good because obviously this is important. It's integral to the success of the team. It's one of those things where just as things go on and, you know, the whole creator space as a whole, there's positives that come out of it, and there's also negatives. And there's people that make the creators look bad. There's people that make the creators look good. So when you have a world where anybody can do whatever they want to, and then you have people being like, just point blank period, being idiots, being clowns, being dumbasses, it really messes with the brand because you can't really say anything to that. It's really rough. And if you're Kai and you're the guy that gets propped up the most, they don't look at it just Chris by himself. No, they say A&P, Chris from A&P, and the people are gonna be like, wait, is that Chris next door? It's like, no, that's not Chris next door. Wait, what Chris is that? Kai's cameraman. So Kai, being the bigger name, ultimately takes the heat for a lot of stuff. But yeah.
I had a whole
Oh, no, he's not.
I had a whole fucking stream I had planned, and then shit happened and shit. And I gotta address it now. I hate doing these shits, bro. Shit is just like
That frustration is in there.
Listen, okay? Alright, listen, bro. I'm addressing this shit as if I would address anybody else. I'm keeping the same energy for any dumb shit I see happen around me. This shit is so fucking dumb. Cause it's like, for those who don't know, my cameraman, Chris, the nigga that helped me with mad of my streams, mad of my tech shit, mad of my shit, apparently, nigga, it's not even apparent, nigga, it's here, clear as fucking day. In 2021, he just got caught talking to a minor who was 17 years old.
That's tough. Because he's not even trolling. Like, this is just, like, sometimes I feel like Kai be faking his content. He be faking his, like, energy because he feels like that's just who he is. That's the character that he portrayed himself as, so he has to step out of pocket. He has to, like, be this over-the-top, energetic guy. But, like, when you get moments like this, he not trolling, he not joking, he's not click farming. It's none of that. It's genuine. It's genuine. And you saw how he just rattled off all the stuff that Chris did. He wasn't just a cameraman. He was the person that helps with all the streams. He is the one that was helping set up all the stuff for different sets and things like that. He was an integral part of the team. Like, when New Yorkers be like my heart talking about people that they care for just in general, like in conversational, like that was his right hand man. That was a person that when he needed help, that's who we put on. That's who we talked to. And so for this to happen, it's terrible. But Chris made some decisions.
And it's just fucking annoying when shit happen. And shit come my fucking name every time, bro. I get connected in situations. Come relax, bro. Apparently in 2021, this nigga was caught talking to somebody that's not the age of consent. Nigga, it gets bad because she lied about her age. She said she was 19. She lied about her age. She ended up saying her age. Said she was 17. Right at that moment, you're supposed to stop texting. Right at that moment, you're supposed to drop all conversation. Anything that's below the age of consent, you're not supposed to talk to them. It is not cool. You're not supposed to talk to them. You're not supposed to do anything. You're not supposed to engage in any conversation. Not on a different type of like. You're not supposed to it's just not right to do. And none of this shit is fucking. You can't have no excuse for it. You can't have nothing. You can't have no say so. There's nothing to back this shit up. There's nothing in a positive way to do this. When I seen this shit hit the internet, I just woke up. I seen this shit hit the internet. I looked at it. First thing I did was say, hey, let me sit down and let me get down to the bottom of this to completely confirm everything. Everything.
That's actually disgusting. That's even worse. Because this wasn't he's going about his daily happenings, he's setting stuff up, and then he gets the notification, yo, Kai, did you see da-da-da? Like, no, waking up out your sleep to see your name getting plastered all across Twitter and all across IG and everything. Talk about Kai Cenat's cameraman, A&P Chris, da-da-da-da. That's a terrible feeling. Like, that's a lot of people's worst nightmare, because you can't just sweep it under the rug. You can't just, get rid of it, polish it off. So he got to sit there, go out of his way, sort everything out, because Chris wasn't upfront about it in the past, right? And it wasn't like Chris was the one that immediately told Kai. That's your man's that's immediately going to take the fall for anything that you do. And that's the worst thing, because it's one thing if you did something poor in the past. You did something you shouldn't have did in the past, right? It happens. We all have regrettable actions. But the moment where he decided, yo, it's so bad that I got to keep it from you. Now you're hurting him, right? Now you're hurting Kai. You're hurting everybody else, because now they're going to be associated with this scandal. And they can't sit there and play PR. They can't play catch up. They can't properly have a story laid out. And honestly, I don't know if you can work with him at this point. Very skilled guy. He's been, from the interactions that I've seen with him on other people's like channels and stuff, he seems to be a funny guy. He seems to be chill. Everybody seems to like him. You know what I'm saying? But that's one of those things where it's like, you can't do that, gang. And it's worse because you put them in jeopardy. It's like drunk driving. But instead of just drunk driving, you have your child in the car, or you have your sister in the car, you have your girl in the car. Or if you're a girl, you got your mans in the car. You don't do that. Playing with your own life is one thing, right? You shouldn't do it anyways. But if you're going to do that, play with your own life. You go out of your way, right? And you don't tell other people, and you don't keep them on the same page. And now here they are suffering because of your actions, and you failed to notify them, knowing that it could potentially hit the fan at some point. You're a liability. And now I'm paying the price, and I even know.
I reached out to the person who went online and did all the other shit. I reached out to her and shit, and she basically she showed me every single thing. I asked her to confirm the iMessage, to confirm the number. It's confirmed. Alright? All that shit is confirmed. And I'm just sick and tired of having to do shit like this. Because it's like, damn, my nigga, like I don't know how people are not just seeing something or like an age or something and just saying and just stopping. You feel me?
I'm not gonna lie. I need to know what the girl looked like. You know how banging a girl has to look for somebody to take that risk. We're not talking about some regular dude here. Like, we're not like Chris don't look like one of them ones. Even that. Like, he don't look like a weirdo. He don't look like somebody that would try and play this angle. So the fact that he did, I'm trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. I'm not trying to defend him. I'm not trying to give him a cop out. What he did was wrong, right? It shouldn't have happened. And after it happened, he should have properly took accountability for the situation and protected the interests of his friends. Because I'm sure Kai really considered bro family at that point, because we've been locked in for so long. It's 2024, about to move into 2025. You've been with us since 2020, probably even before then, because Kai was important before then. He was just in New York. He was just a New York nigga. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that this is the case, all I can say is, for his sake, the only cop-out that he could ever use, and it's not really a cop-out for real, the only thing he could ever say is for other people. He can't say it, right? Us that are unrelated to the situation look at everything going on, and we're like, yo, what this girl look like? The girl's ID lot drops or whatever. We looking at it, and everybody got that one friend that'd be like, man, Chris better than me. I would have hit that. Somebody say something crazy out of pocket. But like, if it's to the point where like we pictures drop of who this girl is, right, and she's looking like somebody's daughter, right? You have people, obviously girls go through puberty earlier than boys. Boys finish developing later on, sometimes early 20s, right? Whatever the case may be. The fact of the matter is, you have some of those girls where they were mad early bloomers. Everybody remembers whoever got a chest, got an ass faster than everybody else. Crazy. Right? And in middle school type deal. Like, you're in middle school, you're like, bro, she did not look like this last school year. What happened? Type thing. Like, that happens. That's part of life. Everybody develops at their own rate. At the end of the day, humans are animals, right? We have instincts. We have all this stuff. Like, your body changes at your body's pace. You don't get to pick that. It happens, right? So if she looked like a grown woman, right? And again, disclaimer, I'm not defending him. But if she looks like a grown woman, if the photos drop, if she look like a grown woman, like she look like she's a model, influencer, whatever the case may be, right? And he still tries to press that hard. I'm not gonna say I understand, but I'm also going to be more mad at the fact that he sat there and put his guys in a line of fire and did not properly let them know. That will be my number one concern. If it drops and she looks 12, or she looks like a child, she doesn't look like an adult, she doesn't look like a young woman, she looks like somebody's daughter, you would refer to that person, hey, that's somebody's daughter, bro. Like, if you would have a conversation like that with your mans, when those photos drop, that becomes the number one concern. Insanely. Because the number is like, the joking videos are always hilarious when they drop it. It'd be like, oh, man, you just hit 1 million subscribers, bro. What are you gonna do next? You know what? I'm gonna be I don't know if I can say that word on Twitch. I'm gonna be one of those people. You know what? I like kids. Yep. Mm-hmm. And the person be like, whoa, bro, what do you mean? Like you like creating content for kids? No, bro. I got 1 million subs. You know what I'm saying? I like kids now. Like something like that. Like, it's funny, but at the same time, it's not. Because we're reaching a time where, like, people are sitting there messing with little boys and little girls. Not high schoolers that think they're grown and want to act grown and lie about their age. And then they look the part, so they end up doing the deed, or they end up chatting with somebody until somebody finds out, like, oh no, what? No. And then it becomes a scandal that way. No, we're not seeing those. We're seeing people that are real deal problematic individuals. Real deal problematic individuals. And it cannot continue. It cannot continue, gang.
It was just some messages that it's some messages that looks fucking crazy, bro. You feel me? I'm not sugarcoating shit. The shit look fucking crazy, bro. And the shit fucked me up the whole day, gang. Like, the whole fucking day. shit fucked me up. Cause like, nigga, what the fuck are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, nigga, I have a whole vision. Like,
and that's the worst part. At the moment, because we don't know what she looked like. We don't know how bad it was, right? A&P, right? They're big, right? Some people would say at this point they're bigger than RDC. RDC has been the most influential. They put us on the map. They put the creator space on the map from this thing. They made people view anime as being socially acceptable. You know how hard that was? You know how hard it was being in middle school and watching a show, watching Dragon Ball Z, watching Death Note, watching One Piece, watching any show, bro. It could be Inuyasha. Somebody see you watching, like, hey, yo, look at this. Look at what he watching, bro. He weird, bro. That's what they assume, because the ones that stuck out in their heads were the ones that Naruto ran through the hallways. You know what I'm saying? So you had RDC roll out the red carpet for everybody else and taking all the blows and everything and making it acceptable. And then you had A&P. You had all these other groups come behind them in the creative space, right? That they didn't have to be black, right? They didn't have to be African American. It's just groups in general. And RDC really paved that way and let everybody get set up. And so A&P took the baton and raised the standard, right? The standard is A&P right now. I need to hear him say it.
Nigga, I have a whole vision. Like,
he had a whole vision. F the vision. F the vision. It clearly didn't matter to the guy.
How I need to stop crying and shit. Like, I'm over here crying and shit. Somebody who helped me start my whole shit. Let me tee up. Oh my God.
Justifiable.
I'm trying to chill. I'm sorry, chat. Like,
the feelings
this is why people tell me the live shit not the best option, but this is the most real you gonna get me. Everybody tell me don't go live, don't like, but this is the realest you gonna get me. Like, it's the realest you gonna be able to get me and be able to like do my shit, and this is how honest I feel like I could be with y'all niggas. You feel what I'm saying? It's unfortunate. What's the moves going forward? I know I don't fuck with this shit. I know I don't like any of this shit to be around me. I don't like this shit. I don't condone this shit. This shit is fucked up. It is fucking crazy how randomly like like it's just like, even besides this point, it's just like niggas is just doing. It's like, why does shit just keep popping up on a weekly basis though? Like, it's weird. It's fucking weird, bro. Once you see a certain age, you just stop. It is not that hard. You see something, you fucking stop, and you do the right thing.
You just can't be that much of a horny nigga, gang. You just can't. It's unfortunate, right? Because it's self-control at the end of the day. It's not just knowing, hey, you shouldn't do that. No. We don't talk to those people. She's too young. He's too young. You don't do that. It's not even that. It's not even that. It's just the conscious understanding that you need to stop. And also having the mental fortitude to carry out said action. To stop oneself, regardless of what your urges may be, right? It's the same reason why I don't mess with fat people. You didn't get fat on accident, right? Unless you were raised and it was just put into you by your parents. You don't just become fat out of the blue. You know how hard it is to be somebody that's like 5'4", 5'5", 5'10" even, and reach 300 pounds? 350? You know how hard it is? You don't overeat over a week. Oh no, oops. You don't overeat over a month. Oops. You do it repetitively, knowing that it's going to be detrimental to you in the long run. And you still do it. So the same way I feel about obese people that made that decision on a daily basis and refused or did not have the mental fortitude to stop themselves, same way I feel about this gang. You should know. Shoulder shrug. You should know. You should know.
You feel me? So it's like, it is. What's the steps moving forward, bro? I'm not associating myself with him. He's not associated with me. I'm not associated with him. I gotta start doing shit on my own. I have to lock it. I don't want to take no break or nothing because I feel like I have tunnel vision for what I want to do, and I won't let anything like prevent me from like, you know, doing certain shit. And I reached out to the person and shit like that, and I made sure to get her shit. She wanted to be anonymous and shit like that. So I'm gonna figure this shit out. I'm gonna figure all of this shit out, and hopefully I you know, put the right shit together and shit like that. And it is what it is, you feel me? And it's so fucking annoying. And I know how the internet is gonna be. Like, chat, y'all done see me go through so much shit, and it's always like, I don't be doing, like, chat, I be chilling. I generally just want to stream and just do what I have to do. But it's like, every time when I feel like you feel me? It's like
something happens.
The right direction and shit is like, it's like something fucks up, and then I gotta switch all this other shit, and then, you feel me? So I just want y'all to know. I just want y'all to know that all that shit is things. She lied about her age, yes. She lied about her age in the beginning, but she came out since she was 17. And it continued. Point blank, period. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
And I'm gonna go ahead and say this, right? To understand a certain level, the fact of the matter is, she looks a certain age. I'm under the impression that because Kai's not making it seem like she looked like a child, making him seem like a ultra, you know, file book accountant individual. He saw it. She looked good, I'm guessing, right? Because I don't know who it is. She looked the age that she was lying. She lied and said she was 19. He looked at the page. She looked good. She looked 19. Boom, boom, boom. There's no way she had to be bad enough for you to sit there and say, you know what, baby? You really 17. I appreciate your honesty. You ain't even had to do all that. You could have let me be naive and just called me on the back end. I appreciate you, though. You know what? Let me reward you with some meat. Why? Why was it necessary? She couldn't be that bad. I'm not gonna lie. Kai be having guests galore. You couldn't hop on none of them. Duke be having guests galore. And not guests on stream per se, but Duke is very well to do around the ladies. You couldn't. You know, 2021 AMP wasn't popping, something crazy. So maybe he just didn't feel like he could do that. I don't understand the logic. I just don't. I just don't. I just don't. And now Kai's paying the price.
It's wrong. Point blank, there's no excuse. There's no fucking excuse, bro. You feel me? So, yeah, I don't know how old he, bro, trust me, chat, I don't, trust me, chat, I don't know how certain, like, fucking, how old was he, though? I think he was, like, Chris is, like, 24 now, so I think he was, like, 21 going into 22, it's December. Nigga, the shit's just literally like December 15th and then January 1st. Like, he's like, you feel me? So it's just like, it's like, bro, like, it's bad. I feel like it's bad, bro. It's bad. You gotta things. And no, it's not AMP Chris. No, it's not AMP Chris. It's not AMP Chris. It is Chris my videographer. It's not AMP Chris. Okay? It is not AMP Chris. It's his cameraman. He also filmed with AMP and shit.
Important distinction right there, because people are going to try and lump that together. They're going to put Kai with him because that was Kai's cameraman, for one, right? But because Kai's an AMP, and AMP is this big conglomerate business now, they're going to try and say AMP Chris. That's not AMP Chris. AMP Chris is Chris next door. That's AMP Chris. That's the only AMP Chris we need to worry about, right? Now, did this Chris film for AMP? Yes. Did he work closely with AMP? Yes. But he was not one of the frontline warriors of AMP. And because he also shares the name with an actual frontline warrior of AMP, can't do that.
Like that.
Absolutely not.
Cameraman, but
No.
I'm cutting all that. I'm cutting all of that. I'm cutting all of that. I'm cutting all of that shit. I don't condone it. I don't give a fuck, bro. Shit is whack, bro. It's whack.
Cameraman Diddy.
It's whack. It's disappointing, nigga. That shit is like, what the fuck? But all I could say though, chat, is that that's all I have to say, bro. I have nothing more to say. I don't know what else to say. I don't. Y'all know how I feel about it. I don't fuck with that shit. I don't like it. That shit is crazy. That shit is fucking crazy. Anybody who do shit like that shit is fucking crazy, bro. And this is me being for real, gang. It's me being real.
Can't control his urges. Couldn't control his urges. Not defending him. Again, absolutely positively not defending him at all. Couldn't control his urges. And the unfortunate thing is, he probably thought that it was never going to get unearthed. He thought it was never going to see the light of day. He thought it was just going to get swept under the rug. The skeleton was in the closet. She opened the closet. She was in there the whole time. She came out, and I ain't talking homosexually. She came out with the honesty. 3 years later is kind of crazy. I'm not going to lie. Because she really could have did that in the beginning. I don't know why, what the whole game was with her friends and everything like that, so we need to shine a little bit of light there as well. Because lying about your age to be around celebrities is weird behavior. That's sick behavior. You should not be doing that. But at the end of the day, she came clean, and it didn't stop him. He was too hungry. That's savage behavior, gang. Can't do that.
It's me being 100% honest. It's me being transparent with you niggas. It is me being 100% real. So y'all know how I really feel about certain situations. You feel me? Don't be doing that, bro. You feel me? So moving forward, I'm gonna go ahead and let we do shit. I gotta lock in even more. So yeah, I'm like
Had a loss for
I gotta lock in
words.
even more, and yeah, I got nothing to say. I got nothing to say. I'm making sure that shit behind the scenes is being taken care of the correct way.
That's all he
You
can.
feel me? The correct way. And I appreciate y'all. I'm about to see like what's up. You feel me? Like, yeah, I'm no longer working with him and shit like that. So y'all got nothing to worry about on that. But I gotta just keep doing shit. You feel me? I love y'all though. I love y'all, bro. I'ma just try to see what I can do. I just don't know how much, like, you know, the trolling and shit with the internet and these scenarios and shit. But it's like I'll figure it out. I always do. You know, I always do. So I love y'all so much. I wish I could have streamed for y'all today even longer. I had something even more planned, but unfortunately, this had to be short notice and shit. So yesterday, tell you about yesterday. I don't think it's the time for that right now. And people say that they stole the U-Haul last night. Nobody stole it. One of my friends hopped in a fucking van and fucking drove this bitch to the trolling. You feel me? But
It's a sad case. It's a sad case.